Hello everyone, and welcome to another video by Classic Craft Studio. Today I'm going to be showing you how to do marbled fabric using ingredients from your kitchen and acrylic paint. Okay, so let's start with how to make the starch base that our paint's going to sit on. We're going to take 3 cups of boiling water, pour this into a large heavy based pot. Then we take 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, in this country it's called maizena. And then you're going to mix that with a 1/4 cup of cold water. Mix them well together, make sure there's no lumps. Then you pour this into your pot of boiling water. And then you want to stir continuously with a wooden spoon for about 15 to 20 minutes. I tend to lower the heat for the last 5 minutes or so, but to begin with you want to start with it on a sort of medium heat. In the end you want your consistency to be that of like thin cream. So after the 20 minutes that I cooked mine for and the evaporation, I ended up with 2 cups of mixture. Alright, now pour your mixture into a flat bottom container, ideally one that's dedicated for crafts. Now we're going to mix up our paints. Ideally you'd mix some fabric medium into your paint. If you don't have fabric medium, then just straight up acrylic paint is also fine. But the fabric medium helps to set the paint into the fabric a little better and gives you slightly more vivid colours when you finish washing them. Now you want to add water to your paint. This is a bit of a trial and error. You want your paint to be thin enough to be easily sucked up in your pipettes or your dripper, or however you're going to pour it onto your starch mixture. But you don't want it to be too thin, otherwise it sinks underneath the surface of the starch mixture. Okay, now comes your fun part, where you're going to use your pipette or your dripper, or even just if you've got a paper cup, you can fold it into a point and pour your paint onto the surface of the starch. You can do a classic marble design, or you can draw some abstract designs. I've done examples of both. Now lay your fabric flat onto the surface of your mixture. Let it sit for a few seconds to make sure that the fabric has sucked up enough of the painty mixture. Then lift one side of the fabric, and as you're pulling it off the surface, scrape it against the edge of the container as you remove it. So you're leaving as much of the starch mixture behind as possible. Lay it out flat to dry on your plastic covered surface. So I've done a second print on using the same starch mixture, just to show you. You can still get very vivid colors, but as you'll see at the end, when I show you when you look at the final print, you can see where some of the colors from the previous batch have come through. But depending on how clean of a print you want, with this method, it's very abstract design anyway. This picture, I just want to show you why you don't want to rinse your fabric underwater before, start immediately once you've taken it off the starch and before you allow it to dry. So the top one is where I rinse the starch off immediately. So you can see the colors are very subdued. Whereas the second one, I allowed the starch and paint mixture to dry on the fabric overnight and then washed it off the next morning. So as you can see, the second method produces much more vivid colors, even though it's a lot more messy. The color definition that you get is a lot brighter. I really hope you enjoyed today's little video. As always, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.